Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 74 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. We're doing one thing every day this year to get what we want. You to get what you want, me to get what I want. And in order to do that, every day we're doing at least one little thing that moves us toward the things that we want. And to help simplify that and put a frame around it to make it easier to do, each month for 9 months, we're focusing on a life framework that I use. We're focusing on one area of that life framework and going through some different tools and activities and strategies. And I'm sharing the things that have worked for me. And again, I'm sharing the things that have worked for me. They may or may not work for you. I like to think they work for most people, but only the things we believe. Again, we're on mental well-being this month and mental health. Our thoughts and our beliefs have a huge impact on every area and aspect of our life. If you believe a tool or something will work for you, then it will. If you believe it won't, then it won't. Look at all the people that millions and millions of people do not believe in the law of attraction. But like all universal laws, they apply to all of us on the planet, whether we choose to believe them or not. It's kind of like some of the physical laws. Gravity applies to everyone on the planet, whether we choose to believe it or not. It's going to impact us. And so there are things like that in the world, and we can choose to work with them, or we can choose to resist and push against them and make our life a whole lot harder. So today we're talking about memory and memories and their impact on our mental well-being and health. And, you know, like everything else, scientists have divided and categorized memory into different categories. Most scientists agree that there are 4 or 5 categories of memory. Working memory, our short-term memory that we're using to make decisions, make choices, thinking about in the moment. Our sensory memory, which is the memories that our senses collect, our 5 or 6 senses, whatever you believe in, collect and store in our brain. And our memory, its whole purpose is to gather information, collect information, stored in our brain somewhere so that we can use the information from past experiences or from things that we read and learn along our life journey to deal with present situations better or to the best of our ability. Then there's, of course, short-term memory, long-term memory. Those are the main ones that most scientists will agree that we as humans have. Now, there's also a breakdown of implicit, explicit, autobiological, memory, and Morpheus, whatever all that means. And we could go into all that. But again, it's not about the classifications of memory. It's about you, your memory, your memories, and how it impacts your mental state and mental well-being and mental health. So I found a study from the Mayo Clinic that talks about ways to improve your memory. I also found a list of ways to improve your memory, and what are the factors that impact our memory? Well, age is one, genetics, our environment, our lifestyle, our habits, all of those things impact our ability to remember. If we drink a lot of alcohol, chances are we're going to have less short-term memory or not as alert a short-term memory as if we don't drink a lot of alcohol. That's just one example. But there's a lot of things that we can do to improve our memory, right? And improve both our short-term and long-term memory. And the older I get, and I think there's a lot of this stigma and belief that as we get older, we're going to forget things and our memory is going to deteriorate. And I don't think that has to be true. It's definitely not true for everyone. It is definitely true for some people. We've got a little bit of dementia experience in the family, and we're having a family member that's challenged with that right now. And it's really hard, but that doesn't have to be your journey or my journey. I'm choosing that it's never going to be my journey. And in order to prevent that, I'm doing some of these things I'm going to share with you right now. Number one, physical exercise. All of what we want to do is make sure that we're stimulating our brain, because our brain is a muscle just like anything else. If we use it, it becomes more powerful. If we don't use it, we lose it, right? It becomes less able to remember and function and solve problems, etc. So we want to make sure we're doing physical exercise. We want to make sure that we're including according to Mayo, including physical exercise in our daily routine. And maybe that's just going outside and walking around the block. It doesn't have to be huge. Or maybe it's doing, 25 to 50 sit-ups or stretching or some yoga or whatever works for you. Then we want to stay mentally active. We want to do things that keep our brain thinking. Reading. just read and think about what you read. And it can be any type of reading, but that stimulates our brain and our memory. Watch things that make you think and make you feel the positive emotions that you want to feel and add to your life. Socialize regularly. That's number 3 on the Mayo Clinic list. Be engaged and involved with other people. When we're involved with other people, we're thinking and feeling and engaging. And when we're engaged in something, that keeps our brain actively firing, right? Get organized. I love this one, but hate this one. But it's so true. If I'm organized in different areas and aspects of my life, I am less stressed and I'm more capable of getting things done in a more efficient manner. And I don't have to remember so many things because I'm organized. I don't have to remember where did I put my pen, where did I put my coffee cup, which I need another sip of, etc. It's going to be in the same place every time. So get organized. 5, sleep well. And I will admit, I did not sleep well last night. Long story. Number 6, eat a healthy diet. Again, this one has a lot to do with figuring out what works and what is healthy for you. And then finally, 7, manage chronic conditions such as stress, illness, environment, lifestyle. Sometimes we make choices that make our life a whole lot more stressful and difficult on our brain and our psyche than we have to. So what are we going to do for an action item today? Last time we talked about memory. Last year we actually talked about memory as part of our BU 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improved us and continuously improved us. And we did. I used this same structure of the life framework to go into each of the different areas and aspects of things we were talking about for the year and little things every day we could do. We talked about memory. I think last year we said, okay, what am I going to do on this list or come up with something of my own to work toward improving my memory? I don't want to do that this year. This year, I want you to share your favorite memory. I think one of the most powerful things we can do is pull on and access the different parts of our brain, the long-term and the short-term parts of our brain where we store our memories, because that's a way of stimulating our brain and our memory and keeping it active. And one of the things I noticed that I am particularly good at, and I suspect you may be as well because most of us humans are, is pulling up all the bad things that have ever happened and all the negative memories and reliving them or rehashing them over and over again. So I want to do just the opposite today. I challenge you, and I'm going to do it too, to think of and share one of your favorite memories. And I want to say one of your favorite because if you're like me and you've lived long enough, you got a whole lot more than a favorite memory, right? You know, the birth of my children. Well, yeah, the birth part wasn't so great, but holding them after was, right? So what is your favorite, absolute, one of your favorite memories? Share that in the comments below. I'm going to do the same. I'll let you in on a little secret. One of the best things you can do for yourself and for your mental well-being and health is keep, well, we talked about gratitude journals, but keep a little notebook or journal or something of great memories, great events, things that make you feel awesome. So when life throws junk at you, and it's bound to do that, you know, anybody that had never been scathed up into the point of the pandemic knows what I'm talking about. We all have things good and bad that happen, maybe not to us, but around us in our lives. And if we have a bank filled with memories, a journal filled with positive memories and situations where we've done well and triumphed and felt good about ourselves, that is the best shield to protect us against any of the stuff that the world tries to throw at us. So that's it. Have an awesome day. Any questions, if I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow, and we will talk about another topic with respect to our mental health and mental well-being. Love to know your take on this. Share in the comments below. You can always direct message me or Voxer me at pajamagramma@gmail.com. I know, weird name, but it works for me. Have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.